Welcome back to We Are Cosmic, the place where we break down the latest in cryptocurrency and blockchain technology in a way that's easy to understand. Today, we're diving into something huge happening in the XRP ecosystem. If you've been watching the news or following Ripple, you know that big developments are unfolding and the implications are massive, not just for banks, but for the entire financial landscape. Let's start with the headlines. Ripple is reportedly very close to obtaining a banking license from the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, OCC. Now, why does this matter? Well, a license like this would allow Ripple to directly utilize and custody assets just like the big banks do. This isn't just a small step, it's a massive door opening for Ripple to operate at a much larger scale. The ability to interact with traditional banking systems, including the Federal Reserve, makes Ripple's distributed ledger technology extremely powerful. XRP, as the bridge asset, is central to this transformation. What's particularly fascinating is Ripple's role in developing central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, for nation-states. Ripple isn't trying to become a CBDC itself. Rather, it acts as a bridge asset, moving value efficiently between currencies. That's what the X in XRP represents: agnostic, not tied to any one nation or fiat system. As global trends move away from reliance on the US dollar as the world reserve currency, Ripple's position becomes increasingly important. Countries and organizations are exploring alternatives, and Ripple's technology provides a bridge between traditional systems and a digital-first economy. We're seeing this shift in practice. For instance, some of the US's allies are starting to conduct transactions in digital yuan and other alternatives instead of the US dollar. This isn't just speculation. These are documented trends in global trade and finance. The process of de-dollarization is happening, and Ripple is positioning itself right at the forefront of this transition. Central banks and major institutions are aware that the current fiat system is under pressure, and a new method for moving value efficiently is necessary. Ripple's strategy also includes positioning itself in the institutional market. They've been acquiring or transforming entities like Hidden Road into Ripple Prime and G Treasury. These are cross-border payment providers that handle billions of dollars in transactions and provide institutional-grade custody services. Ripple isn't just applying for a license for the sake of it. They plan to use it fully, which signals their commitment to integrating deeply with traditional financial infrastructure. Another angle is legislation. Governments and regulators are introducing clarity acts for stablecoins and digital assets. Why? Because the infrastructure is being prepared for a new financial system. Stablecoins will play a crucial role in debt markets and large-scale transactions, and Ripple is positioning XRP as part of this emerging ecosystem. The regulatory environment is aligning with the technology, showing that these developments are intentional and strategic, not speculative hype. What makes this moment historic is that ordinary individuals now have access to information about these major shifts in finance. Previously, only institutions could participate in such large-scale transitions. Ripple and XRP are at the center of a digital transformation in banking and payments, and understanding these moves is crucial for anyone interested in how the global financial system is evolving, how Ripple is connecting with institutions and transforming cross-border payments. Ripple's strategy is focused on becoming a central player in global finance by partnering with major banks and payment providers. This is not just theory, it's already happening. Ripple has taken steps to create a network where banks can move money quickly, efficiently, and securely across borders using XRP as a bridge asset. One key element of Ripple's approach is institutional-grade custody and payment services. Companies like Ripple Prime and G Treasury are designed to handle billions of dollars in cross-border transactions. These platforms provide secure custody solutions and integrate directly with banking systems. By doing this, Ripple allows banks and financial institutions to access blockchain technology while remaining fully compliant with regulations. This is crucial because large institutions require reliability, transparency, and regulatory alignment before adopting any new technology. Ripple is also working on banking licenses that allow it to operate like a traditional bank in some jurisdictions. For example, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, OCC license in the US, would let Ripple directly custody assets and interact with the Federal Reserve, which is a huge step forward. This means Ripple can operate on the same level as traditional financial institutions while leveraging the speed and efficiency of its distributed ledger technology. XRP, as the bridge currency, enables near-instant settlement between different currencies and financial networks. Another major focus is cross-border liquidity. Traditional banking systems rely on multiple intermediaries to move money internationally, which is slow and expensive. Ripple solves this problem by allowing banks to settle payments directly with each other using XRP. This reduces reliance on correspondent banks, lowers costs, and makes international transfers faster. For example, sending money from Europe to the US or from Asia to South America can happen almost instantly with minimal fees. Ripple also partners with market makers and liquidity providers to ensure there is enough XRP available for transactions. These partnerships make it possible to exchange currencies efficiently across borders, maintaining stable liquidity in the system. By connecting banks, payment providers, and market makers, Ripple is building a networked financial ecosystem that is faster, cheaper, and more transparent than traditional methods. Global trends also reinforce Ripple's strategy. As countries move away from reliance on the US dollar, digital assets and alternative payment systems are becoming more important. Some nations are already conducting international transactions using digital currencies or central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Ripple is positioned to act as the bridge between traditional money and these new digital systems, allowing countries and institutions to interact seamlessly without waiting for outdated infrastructure to catch up. Legislation and regulatory clarity play a big role as well. Governments are passing laws to define stablecoins and digital asset operations, signaling that they expect digital currencies to play a role in the future financial system. Ripple's proactive engagement with regulators ensures that its solutions are compliant and ready for mass adoption. By aligning technology with regulation, Ripple is reducing friction and making it easier for institutions to adopt blockchain-based payments. Ripple's work in this area is creating a more inclusive financial system. By connecting banks globally, reducing costs, and enabling faster transactions, the infrastructure benefits not just large institutions, but also smaller banks and businesses. Payments can flow more efficiently, remittances become cheaper, and cross-border trade is simplified. XRP acts as the digital bridge, connecting traditional finance with the emerging digital economy. Now let's shift our focus to Europe, where Ripple is making significant moves to integrate XRP into the financial system. Europe has a complex banking network with multiple countries, currencies, and regulatory frameworks. Ripple's approach is to connect these fragmented systems and make cross-border transactions faster, cheaper, and more transparent. This is where XRP's role as a bridge asset becomes even more important. Ripple has been actively working with European regulators to ensure compliance with laws like MiCA, Markets in Crypto Assets Regulation. These efforts show that Ripple isn't just building technology, it's designing systems that align with legal and regulatory frameworks. By doing so, Ripple can work directly with banks and institutions, providing solutions that meet both operational needs and regulatory requirements. This level of engagement makes Ripple a trusted partner for European financial institutions. One key aspect of Ripple's European strategy is integration with existing payment systems such as SEPA, Single Euro Payments Area, and TIPS, Target Instant Payment Settlement. These systems handle instant or near-instant payments across Europe, but they are still limited by legacy infrastructure. Ripple's blockchain technology and XRP can connect these systems, enabling real-time settlement and improved liquidity management. This integration allows banks to transfer funds across borders with minimal delays and lower costs. Ripple is also expanding its presence in Europe by obtaining licenses and establishing partnerships. For example, in Luxembourg, Ripple has met with finance officials and secured permissions to operate under EU regulations. This enables Ripple to serve European banks and institutions directly, providing digital asset solutions that are fully compliant. By positioning itself as a bridge between traditional banking and blockchain, Ripple is preparing for widespread adoption of XRP in the European financial network. Another major focus is the development of euro-backed digital assets. Ripple is exploring programmable settlement instruments that can operate within Europe's banking system. These instruments are designed for institutional use, allowing near-instant finality in cross-border payments while maintaining regulatory compliance. Banks, treasury departments, and central banks can use these digital assets to reduce dependency on traditional liquidity channels and streamline financial operations. Ripple's strategy also includes interoperability between payment networks and distributed ledger platforms. Currently, global payment systems are fragmented, which creates delays and inefficiencies. By connecting legacy systems with blockchain networks, Ripple can provide a unified settlement layer. This not only improves transaction speed, but also reduces counterparty risk and operational complexity. It's a transformative step toward a more efficient and transparent financial infrastructure. Central banks are taking note. Ripple's work aligns with initiatives by the European Central Bank, ECB, and other regulatory bodies that are exploring wholesale digital settlements and hybrid systems linking traditional money with digital currencies. Pilot projects have already demonstrated successful transactions using these systems, showing that Ripple's technology is ready for large-scale implementation. This European expansion positions Ripple and XRP as key players in the future of global finance. By bridging fragmented systems, working closely with regulators, and enabling cross-border liquidity, Ripple is setting the stage for a new financial ecosystem. XRP acts as the digital bridge that allows banks and institutions to operate efficiently in a world moving toward digital currencies. Let's look at Ripple's global strategy outside of Europe. Ripple isn't limiting itself to one region. Its goal is to create a worldwide network of interconnected banks and payment systems where XRP serves as the bridge asset for instant cross-border transactions. This vision includes major markets in Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and South America. In Asia, Ripple has made significant inroads by partnering with banks and financial institutions. Countries like Japan, Singapore, and South Korea are exploring blockchain technology and central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Ripple helps these institutions integrate digital assets with existing payment networks, allowing them to settle transactions more efficiently. By providing a reliable, compliant solution, Ripple is positioned as a trusted partner for banks seeking to modernize their systems. China's approach to digital currency also aligns with Ripple's vision, even if indirectly. The digital yuan, CBDC, demonstrates how central banks are moving toward blockchain-based payments. Ripple's technology can complement such systems by providing cross-border connectivity, enabling transactions between countries using different digital currencies or stablecoins. This interoperability is a key feature of Ripple's global strategy. In the Middle East, Ripple has been active in countries like Dubai and Bahrain, where financial authorities are open to innovation and digital assets. Ripple works directly with regulators to ensure compliance while expanding the use of XRP and blockchain-based payment systems. These partnerships are essential because they demonstrate how digital assets can function within legal frameworks, paving the way for mass adoption by traditional institutions. Africa and South America are also areas of interest. Many countries in these regions face challenges with cross-border payments, high transaction fees, and slow processing times. Ripple's blockchain technology and XRP can reduce costs, increase speed, and improve transparency for international transfers. This is particularly beneficial for remittances, which are critical for many families and businesses in emerging markets. By connecting local banks to a global network, Ripple helps solve real-world financial problems while creating a scalable payment infrastructure. A central aspect of Ripple's global expansion is the use of XRP as a bridge currency. XRP allows value to move quickly between different fiat currencies, stablecoins, or even CBDCs. This eliminates the need for multiple intermediaries and reduces settlement times from days to seconds. By providing a universal bridge, XRP becomes a core component of international finance, helping banks and institutions operate efficiently across borders. Ripple's engagement with regulators around the world is another critical factor. From Europe to Asia and the Middle East, Ripple ensures its systems are compliant with local laws. This reduces friction and encourages large institutions to adopt blockchain-based solutions. Regulatory alignment is not just about legality, it's about building trust with central banks, governments, and financial institutions, which is essential for long-term adoption. Ripple's global strategy highlights the scale of its ambition. The company isn't just offering software or payment solutions, it is creating a connected digital financial ecosystem. By integrating with banks, central banks, and payment networks across continents, Ripple is positioning XRP as a key enabler of the next generation financial system. This global reach shows how XRP can act as a bridge not only for currencies but for entire economies, creating a faster, cheaper, and more transparent way to move money worldwide. Role in central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, stablecoins, and regulatory frameworks. This is where XRP's strategic importance becomes even clearer. Ripple is not only a bridge for banks and institutions, but also a key player in shaping the infrastructure for the digital financial system. Central banks around the world are exploring CBDCs as a way to modernize monetary systems. Ripple's technology allows these digital currencies to interoperate with existing banking systems, making it easier for banks and governments to adopt them. Ripple doesn't create CBDCs for countries. Instead, it provides the tools, network, and blockchain infrastructure to make cross-border and domestic CBDC transactions seamless. XRP often serves as the bridge currency in these networks, enabling instant settlement between different fiat and digital currencies. Stablecoins are another critical part of the picture. Governments are creating regulations to define and monitor stablecoins because they are expected to play a central role in future payments and debt markets. Ripple has positioned itself as a compliant partner for banks, offering solutions that work with regulated stablecoins. By integrating stablecoins into its system, Ripple ensures that transactions are secure, fast, and aligned with regulatory requirements, creating trust for institutional adoption. Regulatory clarity is key. Laws like the Clarity Act and MiCA indicate that authorities are preparing for large-scale digital asset adoption. Ripple engages with regulators directly, ensuring its technology is ready to comply with these evolving rules. This proactive approach means Ripple can operate in multiple jurisdictions without waiting for the legal landscape to catch up. By aligning with regulators, Ripple reduces barriers for banks and institutions, which is crucial for widespread adoption of XRP. One of the major advantages Ripple offers is interoperability between legacy financial systems and blockchain networks. Many traditional banking networks are fragmented, which causes delays and inefficiencies. Ripple's infrastructure connects these systems, enabling banks to settle payments quickly, reduce costs, and minimize operational risk. This unified settlement layer is particularly important for central banks and large institutions that require efficiency and transparency in their transactions. Ripple has also been actively piloting institutional-grade solutions. For example, cross-border settlement platforms, treasury solutions, and partnerships with market makers are already in place. These pilots demonstrate that Ripple's system works at scale, handling billions of dollars in transactions while maintaining compliance and liquidity. It's a clear signal that XRP is not just a speculative asset, it's a functional tool for real-world financial infrastructure. Additionally, Ripple's engagement with central banks extends to Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. European initiatives like TIPS and SEPA have shown how Ripple can plug into existing payment systems to improve efficiency. Meanwhile, in Asia, Ripple collaborates with banks exploring CBDCs, helping them connect local digital currencies to global markets. This strategy ensures that XRP becomes the digital bridge connecting national and international financial systems. This integration of CBDCs, stablecoins, and regulated blockchain infrastructure signals that Ripple is building the backbone for a new financial ecosystem. XRP enables faster settlement, reduces reliance on intermediaries, and provides liquidity across borders. With Ripple at the center, central banks, financial institutions, and regulators are aligning to create a transparent, compliant, and efficient global financial network. The long-term implications of Ripple's strategy and the role of XRP in shaping the future of global finance. Across the world, financial systems are evolving rapidly. Traditional banking networks are struggling with inefficiencies, high costs, and slow cross-border payments. Ripple's infrastructure, powered by XRP, provides a scalable, fast, and cost-effective alternative. One major takeaway is that Ripple is positioning itself as the bridge between old and new financial systems. Banks, central banks, and financial institutions need solutions that allow them to adopt blockchain technology without disrupting existing operations. Ripple's approach achieves this by connecting legacy systems with modern distributed ledger technology. This not only improves efficiency, but also reduces counterparty risk and operational complexity, making the entire ecosystem more resilient. XRP's role as a bridge currency is particularly important in cross-border payments and liquidity management. Traditional systems often require multiple intermediaries to move money internationally, resulting in delays and higher fees. Ripple simplifies this process by enabling direct settlement between banks, central banks, and financial institutions. Transactions that previously took days can now be completed in seconds, with transparency and lower costs. Ripple's global expansion also highlights the network effect of its strategy. By connecting banks and financial institutions across Europe, Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and the Americas, Ripple is creating a worldwide financial infrastructure. As more participants join the network, the system becomes stronger, more efficient, and increasingly indispensable. XRP serves as the backbone of this network, acting as the digital bridge for value transfer across borders. Regulatory engagement is another critical aspect of Ripple's long-term vision. By working proactively with regulators, Ripple ensures its technology is compliant with laws governing digital assets, stablecoins, and CBDCs. This reduces friction for institutions adopting the platform and positions Ripple as a trusted partner for governments and central banks. Over time, this alignment could make XRP a key component of the regulated global financial system. The implications for the financial industry are significant. Ripple is not simply offering a payment solution, it is reshaping the way money moves globally. From central banks exploring CBDCs to banks seeking faster cross-border transactions, Ripple provides the infrastructure to support a new era of financial innovation. XRP's integration ensures that these systems can interoperate seamlessly, providing liquidity, efficiency, and transparency at scale. Moreover, Ripple's strategy shows that the future of money is digital and interconnected. Stablecoins, CBDCs, and distributed ledger technology will become increasingly important, and Ripple is at the center of this evolution. Its technology addresses long-standing problems in global finance, such as fragmented payment systems, high costs, and slow settlement times, making it a vital piece of the emerging financial landscape. In conclusion, Ripple's roadmap, global expansion, and regulatory alignment signal a transformational shift in finance. XRP is not just a digital asset, it is a functional tool that enables banks, central banks, and institutions to operate in a more efficient, secure, and interconnected world. By bridging traditional finance with blockchain technology, Ripple is laying the foundation for a new global financial system, one that is faster, cheaper, and more transparent than anything that has come before. As we move forward, it is clear that Ripple's strategy could shape the next decade of finance, and XRP's role as the bridge currency is central to this transformation. The financial world is evolving, and Ripple is at the forefront, connecting institutions, regulators, and markets in ways that were previously impossible. This is the future of money, and it's happening now.